21-year-old salon owner murdered in her own shop over the weekend. Tonight, we learned that she was afraid for her life. WMAR2 News' Abby Isaacs explains what court documents show. Abby.
She had it all: the thriving beauty bar, the luxury car she paid for herself, a beautiful daughter she lived for. Destiny Harrison was a force, an entrepreneur who built her empire from nothing. She was the very picture of success in Baltimore. But on a cold December night, in the heart of her own dream, everything came crashing down in a single, brutal moment. What would you risk to achieve everything you ever wanted? Would you put every ounce of your effort, your passion, and your very self on the line, even if it meant making yourself a target? For 21-year-old Destiny Harrison, the American dream was not just interrupted, it was brutally extinguished inside her own business, gunned down in front of witnesses, including her 1-year-old daughter, Dream, the very child she built her entire life for. She knew she was in danger. She reported her fears to the police and took every step the law would allow. So, why, after being told her life was on the line, was no one there to protect her? Before we get into the details of this painful story, if you're a fan of true crime that unpacks the real human experience, do me a favor and subscribe. It really helps us bring more cases like this to light. Welcome to True Crime Footprint, where we unveil the darkest mysteries and the most terrifying true crime tales. Kindly subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss any of our new stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. Baltimore is known for its historic Inner Harbor, vibrant culture, and famous landmarks like Fort McHenry. However, it also faces a long-standing challenge with violent crime. In 2019, the year Destiny Harrison was killed, the city's homicide rate was among the highest in the nation. To understand the tragedy, you first have to understand the triumph. Destiny Harrison was not a person who left things to chance. She had a plan, and she executed it with a laser focus that was rare for her age. Her journey began at Mergenthaler Vocational Technical High School, a place known for training students in a trade. This wasn't just high school. It was her first step on a very deliberate path. She followed that path straight to Bowie State University, where she studied business administration and fashion design. She wasn't just a student, though. Destiny was a relentless worker. She held jobs at Popeyes, Walmart, and Victoria's Secret, all while meticulously building her first business. At just 18 years old, she launched Madame D Collection, an online beauty business that quickly gained a following. This wasn't a hobby. It was the first sign of a powerhouse in the making. Every dollar she earned, every hour she worked, was poured into a single purpose. In February 2019, all that hard work paid off. The digital dream became a physical reality when she opened the doors to her very own salon, the Madame D Beauty Bar, on North Milton Avenue in Baltimore. She had arrived. A symbol of that arrival sat parked right outside, a sparkling, fire engine red Mercedes-Benz. It was a symbol of her achievement. No, seriously, that car was a statement, but in a city where so much is a struggle, Destiny's undeniable success wasn't just a sign of hope. For some, it was an invitation for envy and a reason to tear her down. Success can draw eyes, some of them admiring, others full of resentment, and for Destiny, that resentment became a direct, violent threat. Just 12 days before her life ended, her Madame D Beauty Bar was targeted, but this was not a random theft. A man and a woman came in. They didn't just steal the hair bundles. They stole her sense of security. They physically held her down. One of the attackers punched and stomped her, and in that moment, the dream she had worked so hard to build became a place of fear. The most critical detail: Destiny reportedly knew her assailants. She took the brave and necessary step of filing a complaint with the police, giving them names. In her own words, written for the report, she stated, "I'm scared for my life and business." Her warning was clear, her fear was documented, but her call for help was tragically insufficient. Her murder happened just 2 days after a restraining order was issued against the man involved in that assault. It was a Saturday evening, December 21, 2019, inside the Madame D Beauty Bar. the air was warm with the familiar sounds of a busy salon. The hum of dryers, the low murmur of conversations, the rhythm of a business in motion, customers were there, everything seemed perfectly normal, and then the door opened, the horrifying reality of her worst fears arrived in a flash. Inside her own business, Destiny Harrison was shot in the head, and as she fell, witnesses looked on, their lives forever changed. Among them was the most important person in her world, her one-year-old daughter, Dream. At such a tender age, she was a witness to an act no one should ever have to see. The perpetrators fled into the cold Baltimore night, leaving behind the shattered dream of a young woman and a scene of complete devastation.
Megan, 12 days before she was shot in the head at her beauty shop, Destiny Harrison filed charges against a couple who she said beat her and stole from her. Tonight, her grieving family is calling for justice.
She was my heart. All of us love her greatly. Just can't believe it.
A new mother, a loving daughter and niece, a beloved business owner.
Wonderful girl, entrepreneur, a go-getter. As you can see, she built this from the ground up.
Shot and killed in her Southeast Baltimore beauty salon Saturday evening.
It's unbelievable. Some evil soul would do something like this.
Police say someone walked into Madame D Beauty Bar and shot 21-year-old Destiny Harrison in the head.
No respect for women whatsoever. To do this to a defenseless young lady who doesn't harm anyone, love everyone, it's senseless.
Just 12 days before her murder, Harrison said she was attacked in her salon when she confronted burglars. She wrote in a complaint that she found her neighbors inside, stealing hair bundles that she sells. When she tried to stop them, the couple beat her and took off with $3,000 worth of merchandise. She wrote, quote, "I'm scared for my life and business," end quote. They're now charged with assault, theft, and burglary. Police have not arrested anyone for her murder. They say there were other people inside at the time of the shooting and hope someone comes forward with information.
Police were called to a chaotic scene, but the attackers were already gone. If this story has moved you, please take a moment to hit the like button. It tells YouTube that you're watching and that this story matters. More than 5 years have passed since Destiny Harrison was murdered, and her case remains unsolved. No arrests have been made in connection with her death. A significant obstacle preventing justice is the code of silence that exists in Baltimore. Eyewitnesses were in the salon when Destiny was killed, but no one has come forward with information. The silence, whether from fear of retaliation or a deep distrust of the system, has effectively protected her attackers. The police have offered a $4,000 reward for details leading to an arrest. Destiny's mother, Raquel Harrison Jones, and her uncle, DeWine McQueen, have made countless public pleas for the community to speak up. "Somebody's got to know something," he said, but their pleas have been met with silence. It is crucial to be clear on one point. While suspects in the prior robbery were arrested and charged with assault and theft, those arrests were not for Destiny's murder. The people who took her life are still free. The system was supposed to protect her, the community was supposed to support her, but neither did. So, did anyone ever go back and look at those names on that restraining order? Because the people who murdered her are still out there. Destiny Harrison's murder left an open wound in her family and in her city. For her mother, Raquel Harrison, the loss was everything. In the immediate aftermath, Raquel did what was necessary, taking custody of her granddaughter, Dream.
So loving, so kind, always wanting to help others, always wanting to help the community. It was so many people in the salon that day. Nobody has came forth and said anything. They have some leads and it's just a waiting game.
Through her grief, she became a lifeline, a living bridge to a mother Dream will never know. "My baby is still with me," Raquel said. "She's definitely going to live through me and her daughter's going to know her mother." This commitment to legacy became something more. In a powerful act of defiance against the violence that took her daughter, the family established the Destiny Dream Scholarship. This initiative helps students from Destiny's alma mater, Mergenthaler Vocational Technical High School, continue their dreams in the cosmetology program, providing them with the resources they need to succeed.
A Baltimore City Council member honors the victim of gun violence. Councilman Zeke Cohen plans to create a scholarship fund in memory of Destiny Harrison. The 21-year-old was gunned down while working in her own salon in December. Cohen is hoping to raise $20,000 for this fund, and it'll help recipients pay for a cosmetology program at Merville High School, where Harrison graduated. Police are still investigating this case, and there is a $4,000 reward for information leading to an arrest.
Destiny's story, while unique, is also part of a wider, more painful pattern. Her death occurred in a year of extreme violence against women in Baltimore. Her case is not just an individual tragedy, it is a critical warning, a sign that the systems meant to protect people are not always enough. Her unheeded pleas for help underscore a larger issue that demands attention. Destiny Harrison's life mattered. Her dreams mattered. The fact that her case remains unsolved is not just a failure of the justice system, it's a wake-up call for us all. Her family needs closure, and if her story has resonated with you, please share it. The more people who watch, the more attention this case gets, and the greater the chance someone with information might finally decide to come forward, because justice for Destiny is still within reach. Our hearts ache for Destiny's family. Words feel inadequate, but please know you are held in deepest sympathy and prayers. May you find strength and comfort in memories of Destiny, and may God expose those that are involved in Destiny's death. Thank you for watching, for your attention, and for joining us on this journey of reflection. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and above all, stay safe. See you on our next video.